Welcome to Gapo Daily. Loneliness. It's a word whispered in hushed tones, often carrying a stigma we'd rather ignore. We tend to avoid discussing it, fearing judgment or misunderstanding. But the truth is, loneliness is a universal human experience. It doesn't discriminate. It touches people of all ages, backgrounds, and walks of life. It's that gnawing feeling of emptiness, of being disconnected, unseen, and unheard. It can creep in during moments of solitude or even in a crowd, and its impact on our mental well-being is significant. It can affect our thoughts, emotions, and even our physical health. Loneliness can lead to anxiety, depression, and even physical health problems. It can weaken our immune system and increase the risk of chronic illnesses. But here's the good news. Loneliness is not a life sentence. It's a temporary state, one that we can address and change. It's a feeling, and like all feelings, it can change. With the right support and strategies, we can overcome it. This isn't about pretending loneliness doesn't exist. It's about recognizing it and taking steps to address it. It's about understanding it, confronting it, and ultimately, overcoming it. We can find ways to connect and build meaningful relationships. We all experience moments of loneliness. It's a part of the human condition. It's time to shine a light on this often misunderstood experience and equip ourselves with the tools to navigate it. Together, we can create a more connected and compassionate world.
Loneliness can stem from, a multitude of sources. It's a complex emotion that can affect anyone, regardless of age or background. Sometimes it's triggered by a life-changing event like a move, a breakup, or a significant change in one's life circumstances, or the loss of a loved one. These events can leave a void that feels impossible to fill. Other times, it creeps in gradually, fueled by social isolation or a lack of meaningful connections. It can be a slow, almost imperceptible process.
Social isolation is the objective lack of social contact. Think geographical distance, living far from friends and family, moving to a new city, or even relocating for a job, or even working from home. The lack of daily, face-to-face interactions can take a toll. Emotional disconnection, however, is subtler. It's the feeling of being emotionally distant from those around you. It's possible to be surrounded by people and still feel utterly alone. This paradox is often the most painful. This happens when we lack deep, fulfilling relationships where we feel truly seen and understood. Genuine connections are rare but invaluable.
Think of it like this. Loneliness is not just about being alone. We are social creatures, hardwired for connection. Our need for social bonds is deeply ingrained. Understanding the root of your loneliness is the first step towards overcoming it. By identifying the cause, you can begin to address it and seek meaningful connections.
Before we can bridge the gap between ourselves and others, we must first bridge the gap within ourselves. This begins with self-awareness and acceptance. Take some time to understand your own emotions. What triggers your feelings of loneliness? When are you most likely to feel it? Journaling, meditation, or simply quiet reflection can be powerful tools for self-discovery.
Next comes acceptance. Don't judge yourself for feeling lonely. It's not a weakness, it's a signal that something needs to change. By accepting your feelings without judgment, you create a foundation of self-compassion, which is essential for healing and growth.
One of the most powerful weapons against loneliness is often the hardest to wield: reaching out. It can feel daunting, even terrifying, to make ourselves vulnerable. But just like a muscle, the more we exercise our reaching out muscle, the stronger it becomes.
Start small. Strike up a conversation with a barista, compliment a stranger's dog, or send a quick text to a friend you haven't spoken to in a while. The key is to start somewhere, anywhere. Every interaction, no matter how brief, chips away at the wall of isolation. Be the one to initiate, to ask questions, to listen actively.
Section 5. Finding your tribe, communities and connections. Humans are social creatures, hardwired for connection. We thrive in communities where we feel a sense of belonging and shared purpose. If you're feeling lonely, finding your tribe can be transformative. Think about your interests and passions. What brings you joy? What are you curious about? Explore local clubs, groups, or online communities centered around your hobbies.
Volunteering is another fantastic way to connect with others while making a difference. Choose a cause you're passionate about and dedicate your time and energy. The rewards of belonging are well worth the effort.
Section 6. Taking action. Practical steps for a brighter outlook. Overcoming loneliness requires action. It's about making small, consistent changes in your daily life to cultivate more connection and belonging. Here are a few practical steps you can take.
Schedule social time. Just like you schedule work meetings or doctor's appointments, block out time in your week for social activities. Embrace technology. Social media and dating apps, while not a replacement for real-life interaction, can be valuable tools for connecting with others. Learn a new skill. Taking a class or joining a workshop is a great way to meet new people with shared interests. The key is to be consistent and to approach your journey with self-compassion.
Section 7. Seeking guidance. When a helping hand makes all the difference. If you're struggling to overcome loneliness on your own, don't hesitate to seek professional help. Therapists and counselors are trained to help you understand the root of your loneliness, develop coping mechanisms, and build healthier relationship patterns.
Therapy provides a safe and confidential space to explore your feelings, challenge negative thought patterns, and develop strategies for building meaningful connections. You deserve to live a life filled with connection and joy, and sometimes asking for help is the bravest and most important step you can take.
Section 8. A brighter tomorrow, the promise of connection. Loneliness can feel like a heavy cloak, weighing down your spirit, but it doesn't have to define you or your life. Remember, you are worthy of love, belonging, and connection. These moments of togetherness are what make life rich and meaningful. The journey to overcome loneliness might feel challenging at times, like climbing a steep mountain, but it is a journey worth taking. By understanding the roots of your loneliness, practicing self-compassion, reaching out to others, finding your tribe, and taking practical steps and seeking professional help when needed, you can start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. You can break free from the grip of isolation and step into a brighter tomorrow filled with hope and new possibilities. The human spirit is remarkably resilient, capable of bouncing back from the toughest of times. Believe in your capacity for change and take small steps every day towards a more connected life. Never underestimate the power of human connection to heal, uplift, and transform your life. It is the essence of our humanity. The path to connection awaits, ready to lead you to a future filled with love, joy, and endless possibilities. If you find this helpful, comment, like, share, subscribe to join our online community for more insights. Turn on notifications to be notified of our next videos. Thanks for watching Gapo Daily. See you on the next one. Stay tuned.